It's the Soul Fantasy Show, Soul Fan Show. Hey, it's the Soul Fantasy Show live for May 13th, 2020. Going over top picks, plays, and studs for Draftkings and FANDUEL. We got NBA action finally back. If you already haven't, please subscribe to the channel. Finally got some NBA content. The top stud, Soul Stud of the Day for 12K is Trae Young. 65, 62, 41, 58, 47, 60. He's getting you 50. His opponent's 21. They're playing the friggin' Hornets. He's going to smash that 50. He's going to get way more than 4.3 times value. He's getting his value. And then we have Butler. He's a little cheaper. 10-4, 61, 56, 67 he could get you. He has a 55% chance to get 30-plus fantasy points. He's getting 30-plus. There isn't a doubt in my mind that he's not going to get 30 fantasy points. Is he going to get 50? Trae Young's going to get 50. Butler might get 50, so you might want to save there. You got Bam. He's way less, 9K, and he has a 30% chance to get 45-plus. 47% chance to get 30 to 45 fantasy points. So then we have an option that I would probably stay away from is Nunn. He has a very tough matchup in Detroit defensive-wise. He's getting about almost a fantasy point per minute. But he's not getting the minutes, so he's going to get about 26 fantasy points. And for 8-4, I'm not really on him. Yeah, he's 5K on FanDuel if you wanted to play him on FanDuel. Yeah, that's a FanDuel play in my book. I would not play Nunn today for 8-4. But you have Collins you could go to. Look at that. A cheaper play. Collins, 7-8, 41 fantasy points, 5.4 times value. That's very, very good. And he even has a 7% chance to get 60-plus fantasy points. So I'm going there. If you don't want to play Nunn, you could go Dragic. You could possibly go Duncan. During the season, we really liked Kevin Huerter. The pace is almost 200. That's pretty nice. He's obviously healthy. He has a 5% chance to get 45 to 60 fantasy points. Most likely he'll get you that 30 fantasy points, at least 25 to 30 fantasy points. He's getting that for you. So for 5.8, that's pretty good. Cam Reddish, you could go there. I would not, really not, maybe Dedmon. He could possibly get you 30 fantasy points for 1,200. So, but he could get you one fantasy point. That could happen, but he could press that barrier and get 30, even 40 fantasy points. So he's the sole sleeper of the day. Clint Capella has no shot at getting 60 fantasy points, but he has a 25% chance to get 45 to 60 fantasy points. He's getting 1.2 fantasy points per minute. He's playing the crappy Charlotte Hornets. His position is very high. He's projected at close to 40 fantasy points. He's a pretty damn good option for 4-6. You have Hero, Reddish. All right, let's go over some lineups for you, and we'll see some player trends. Here's a few lineups, and then we'll go over see what the player trend thing is saying today. Here are some nice lineups. I'm going to go back to the lineups. Let's just see if anything's under the... No, we don't have any player trends. Usually during the season, we'll have all kinds of player trends for hockey, football, basketball. We will have your trends, who's getting the most minutes, all that. We're going to have that. See, there's no data right now. When the data comes, when the actual seasons are being played, I'll have a lot more for you. So let's just break down one of these lineups. So here's Trae Young. He's probably going to be most people's captain, but we looked over some players, so we have more options. I mean, you could go Clint Capella there. Then you could just get Crowder out of there, and we can go Bam here. All right, so then who do we want to get rid of? We want Huerter in there. We didn't really touch on Teague. Do we want to use all our salary on Trae Young, or do we want to go Collins? Not none. I would not go none. I would just go John Collins here. So, now we have 9K to play with because we went with Clint Capella at the captain spot. So, we could definitely go Trae Young. Now, is there any way we can get Butler in? We cannot get Butler in. If we could get Butler in here, it would be really good. What can we do to get Butler in here? We have to fade somebody out. We don't want to fade Trae Young out. Herter, we could. And what was that? 1, 2, Dwayne Dedman. So now, this is a contrarian play. It's very unusual. You have a lot of salary left over, but this is a very good play. You have Trae Young, Butler, Collins, and Bam all in the same lineup. And now, if you want to go, I wouldn't just keep this here how it is. I mean, there's nothing to change here. So let's just generate another lineup because I keep putting Trae Young in the captain spot. So let's try to put let's put Butler in the captain spot, and we could just put Clint Capella. All right, it's a soul fan show.